So guys, the day before, it's here, it's arrived, they took my money, I feel like I've been scammed. Let's talk about it. So guys, it's going to be a casual conversation about the day before. I know this is primarily a movie channel, guys, but when a big gaming event happens, I also want to talk about it on the channel, guys. I know there's a lot of you out there who have probably purchased this game. It's obviously a giant scam, guys. If you're thinking about purchasing it, guys, just stay away from it. It's not what's been advertised. I paid my $40 for it. I got swept up in the hype. I shouldn't have, guys. I completely forgot there was a 2-hour refund window on Steam. I went over the 2-hour refund window and I won't get my money back, which is a shame, guys. I played the game for about 3 hours and then I uninstalled it because it's the biggest piece of garbage you could possibly imagine, guys. I've got this huge list here of everything that's wrong with the game, guys. I couldn't, almost couldn't fit it into my Word document that is so big. So I'm going to go through the entire list, guys, of talking about what's wrong with this game, why it's a scam. They took my money. They've took all of your money as well, guys. People that have bought this game, the developers made off with millions of dollars, and they've completely just scammed everybody. They misrepresented the game, with these trailers that look nothing like the final product. They told everyone it was an MMO game when it's absolutely not. It's an extraction shooter, no matter how much they try and defend it. But yeah, guys, so I've got this list. We're going to go through it, and then once I've gone through it, we're going to have a quick read of this gaming article talking about the day before we finish off the video as well, guys. But yeah, as I say, I was scammed. I got swept up in the hype. It was my fault for not getting it refunded within the 2-hour time slot. But yeah, guys, so here we go. So to start off with, there is no vaulting in the game. You can't vault over barriers, you can't vault over cars, you can't climb up ladders. There's no kind of traversal system whatsoever. You can jump about 3 inches off the ground. If there's any kind of barrier or any obstacle in front of you, you can't, jump up on top of it. You have to go all the way around it. The movement system is just so bad, guys. It's something that you see in like a PS1 game. There's no fast traveling of any kind. There's no crafting. They misrepresented that in the earlier trailers. They showed you that there was on-the-fly crafting. You could craft stuff from your backpack. There's no crafting system. There's no voiceover in the game, guys. So, you can't hear proximity chat from other players and stuff like that, guys, which is absolutely ridiculous in this type of game. There's these crazy loud alarms. Whenever you go into a shop, the very few shops or buildings you can actually go into, which is barely any whatsoever, guys. They show you in the early trailers that there's huge buildings you can go in with these elevators, these skyscrapers. That's completely misrepresented. There's a few coffee shops and a few, there's like a bank here and there that you can go into. But whenever you go into these buildings, guys, they have these alarms on the wall. And within like a few seconds, I think it's like 10 to 15 seconds, if you don't disable the alarm by putting in the digit code, the alarm goes off and it's so loud. And you run out of the store because you don't, want attention attracted to you, and you get half a mile down the street and you can still hear the alarm from the store behind you. And the proximity of the alarm is just ridiculous. And you're walking down the street trying to track your mission and objectives, and you can just hear these crazy alarms going off everywhere. The alarm sound is just ridiculous. You almost need to mute your kind of audio because the alarms are just constantly going off all the time, guys. And you're walking down the street in the city and there's these random gunshots going off. And, they're not actually from players. They're just put into the game to make you think that there's more players than there actually is. So they're scamming you into thinking that the server is more full than it actually is, which is real bad, guys. You hear gunshots and you try to go towards the gunshots. You walk around the buildings. There's no players anywhere in sight. So these gunshots are just ambient noise that the developers have put into the game to make you think that there's a gunfight going on in close proximity. But there's nothing going on, guys. It's just, just ambient sound they've injected into the game. So, guys, the zombie hit registering. This is the biggest complaint that I had, and the reason I uninstalled the game pretty much instantly. With all of the problems with this game, if you're trying to shoot the zombies, which is the main thing in the game, and it doesn't register the hit markers correctly, then what is the point of the game in its entirety? You're shooting at a zombie, and literally the bullet, it sort of delays. You shoot, it hits the zombie, and then the zombie doesn't react until like 2 seconds after. And it's just absolutely weird and crazy. You can shoot an enemy player, an actual real enemy player. You can shoot them, they'll run around the corner and then die after they get around the corner. Like, there's so much lag and it doesn't work, and it's just absolutely insane. The hit registry, it just absolutely blows the game apart, if anything else, guys. So, money hacks. This is a thing that literally happened within the first 2 hours. When you die, you lose all your gear, you go back to Woodbury, the main hub in the game, and you get given $500. And people are exploiting this hack. People are like getting all the best equipment, all the best weapons, everything, guys. So if you're a player trying to play the game in a legitimate way without trying to hack the game, which is what I would do. I don't like hacking games. I don't find enjoyment from, you know, breaking the rules in games. I don't see any fun in that. So trying to be a new player, going up against these real life players in the city who have, you know, assault weapons, all the ammo, they have, combat body armor, helmets. There's absolutely no way you can compete with any of these players. If you're a brand new player, you have no chance against real enemy players in the game. Especially ones that have hacked, you know, the money system and just got all the best equipment. You stand no chance whatsoever. Yeah, guys, I know I'm going on a bit of a rant, but I just wanted to talk about it because, like I say, they took my money, so I'm going to discuss the game. Yeah, and I'm trying to like help you guys out as well if you're on the fence about buying the game, guys. Money hacks, falling through the map. So, numerous amount of big-time streamers who streamed this game. The first thing you do, you wake up in Woodbury and you're in kind of an infirmary and in a doctor's office. You wake up on this bed and you're talking to this NPC character who's a doctor. And as soon as you wake up, you get off the table and a lot of players just fell through the map. And it's just crazy. Or they've glitched through the wall into the next room and the game just breaks. That was crazy. So, another big one, you can't open your tablet or mission tracker. So, for me personally, I was in the game, I was tracking my mission, and you need to open up this tablet and you need to track on the map where your mission, you know, where your objectives are. And it's J on the keyboard. And for some reason, halfway through the mission, I couldn't track where my objective was. So I was running around the city and I had no idea where my objectives were. They don't give you a mini map in the game, so you have to pull up your tablet every time you want to look at your map. And the button to bring up the tablet just wasn't working. The tablet wouldn't display anything. I had to exit the game. And yeah, it's just crazy, guys. Also, I had issues with opening doors. In Woodbury, you have to open a door to leave the doctor's office at the first part of the game. And I couldn't open the door. There was no, you know, it just wouldn't let me do it. So it's crazy. So another thing that absolutely doesn't make sense. Everybody in the city is fighting each other like real players. You're fighting each other to loot each other, to loot other things, to kill zombies, and you're killing real other players. But the thing is, everybody's going back to the central hub of Woodbury, and then everybody's like friends in the hub, but then you're killing each other in the city. So it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. It's like you're working for the same Woodbury hub in the Woodbury, citizens hub to bring back materials to help them. That's the objectives of the game. But then in the city, you're killing each other, but then you're coming back to the same central hub where you're friends. And it's kind of like, doesn't make any sense. The day before title doesn't make any sense either. It's like the day before, but the apocalypse has already happened. So it's kind of like the day before what? Like, it's not the day before because the apocalypse has already happened. So how is it the day before? It should be the day after. That makes more sense as a title. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense either. So another thing as well, when it comes to the zombies in the city, you're trying to do your objectives. The biggest horde of zombies you're going to see in this game is probably 3 zombies max in one go. There's no hordes. There's no like boss zombies. There's no like big bosses or like, you know, variants of these huge zombies or like different monsters or, you know, any of this kind of stuff that drops like interesting loot because they're a bigger, you know, enemy. You have literally your generic zombie. You have one variation of the zombie which wears armor, but it's the same kind of zombie model. It just wears armor. But yeah, you're going to see 3 zombies at most and you'll just gun them down from a distance. That's if the hit registry works on the actual zombies, which is going to be debatable. But yeah, guys, obviously, which is boring. So you have no hordes, you have no variations. There's no big zombies, no like better loot for better zombies or anything like that. You know, it's not challenging. There's just fetch quests. That's literally all it is. You're in Woodbury in the community hub, and all the missions is go to this place in the city, collect this, come back. Go to the city, collect this item, come back. And that's literally all it is. There's nothing else. It's not like you need to defend this area or you must extract this person or rescue this hostage or, you know, collect this car or there's nothing like that, guys. It's literally, oh, I need, I don't know, I need a baguette. Go to the supermarket and get me a baguette. Or, you know, I need a wrench because I don't have a wrench to fix my boiler or something. You know, and it's literally like, go and grab this, go and grab this. And it's that's literally all it is. There's no variation on missions whatsoever. So, yeah, there's no interesting characters either. The NPCs, you know, they're not interesting to talk to. They have no engagement. You don't care about any of them. There's no, you know, there's nothing that stands out about any of the NPCs. Just boring, lame, whatever. You speak to them, you give them the quest, that's it. There's nothing interesting about them. Nothing stands out. There's no main character that's like represents the game, that's cool, that's interesting. Nothing like that, guys. And last of all, kind of one of the biggest complaints that people have had, you know, it was marketed as a MMO game, you know, crafting system, MMO, you know, survival type of game, but it's actually just a small extraction shooter. You're in a central hub, you go into the city, you collect your resources, and then you extract back to the central hub again. And that's what it is. But it's been marketed as an MMO when what it's not. So, you know, they've scammed a lot of people on, you know, the description of the game, and it's been a big bait and switch. And yeah, I feel like an idiot, guys, because like I said, I completely forgot about the 2-hour refund window. I tried to get my refund after the 2-hour refund window. Unfortunately, I didn't. I've uninstalled the game as of now. I'm going to keep it in my library. And, you know, maybe in the future, if they do a major update that fixes some of these major issues, then yeah, I'm willing to give it another go. I probably shouldn't because they've scammed me out of my money. So fuck them. I shouldn't bother with their game. But, you know, I've already paid for it. My money's already gone to them. So if a major update does come where they manage to fix it and then people start saying positive things, then yeah, I'll give it another go. But apart from that, guys, screw them. They took my money. But then again, it's kind of my fault for not sticking to the 2-hour refund window. But yeah, guys, with that rant kind of over, that's kind of my thoughts about the game. And let's jump into this article that talks a little bit more about the game, guys, kind of discusses it. Maybe there's some things on there that I forgot or haven't covered. So let's jump over there now, guys, and just have a bit of a read of it and see what it says. So, guys, landing over here on Kotaku, let's have a quick read of this article. So, thousands of initial reviews of the game on Steam, where it's currently rated as overwhelmingly negative. Describe it as buggy, incomplete, and falsely advertised, which is one of the major sticking points that I had, guys. This is not an open world MMO. It's a small area extraction shooter, wrote one player. Others claim to have a hard time even logging onto the servers in the first place. Yeah, guys, this is probably one thing that I should have covered in the earlier part of the video. One of the major things that happened as well, everybody tried to obviously load onto the game. The servers just weren't working. They were completely busted. Even when you found a server that had a low population amount of people playing on the server, you still couldn't connect into it. Every time you try to connect, it would just throw you back out of the server and it would say like connection terminated or something along those lines. So yeah, guys, I mean, just even trying to get onto the game in the first place took up most of the 2-hour runtime to get your refund back on Steam. And whether they did that on purpose to try and get money out of people, I'm not really sure, guys. It's hard to tell. But yeah, connection errors to the servers was a major issue. So those who did manage to play it, its small map is mostly empty, lacks any real survival features. There's apparently not even a melee attack. Another thing that I forgot to cover, guys, there's so much wrong with this game, I just missed out on some points. But yeah, not having a melee attack in a zombie survival game is absolutely insane. There's no knives, no baseball bats, nothing like that. So, yeah, just crazy. The day before got you scammed, reads one review. The day before, refund, reads another. The day before, refund. That's a meme that's going to go on for years, guys, about this game. So, the day before is making a great impression. We've obviously got a small clip here from Twitter. I have no idea what this shows, but let's have a quick look at it.
No, mine was Juniper.
It wasn't Juniper. Juniper wasn't.
He's on the outside of the map. Yeah, guys, that's what I was talking about. I showed you that earlier clip where you wake up in the, in the infirmary, and as you get off the bed, you fall through the map. There's this other small clip like this one that it just showed us, guys, where you also wake up on the bed and it glitches you through the back wall into another room. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The very first thing that you do in the game, you wake up from the bed in the infirmary and the game breaks. Like, what a great first impression for new people playing this game. So we've got another one here. A Day Before is a great game with no bugs. What the heck is this? It's like a massive load of slime or black gunge or someone glitching through the... I have no idea what's even going on here, guys. But yeah. We've got another one from someone waking up at the beginning of the game. Let's check this out.
Use power.
So what's going to happen here? Let's go forward a little bit. Okay. So just about to step off the bed. first part of the game and glitched through the floor. It's just unreal, guys. You know, that people, you know, that we actually paid money for this. It's crazy. The day launched and the servers are apparently getting crushed. It can't start the game out. So yeah, guys, obviously it says the population amount on the right here where it says full. And then some of them say high, some of them say medium and low. And even the low or medium populated servers, you still couldn't get on. It kept saying this connection problem here, and it just kept booting people out of the game. It took me a good 45 minutes to get into the game when I first booted it up, which was crazy. As I say, you have a 2-hour refund window, and like 45 minutes of that 2 hours is just trying to get onto the servers, which is crazy. Whether it was done on purpose or not, who knows? That's a bit of a conspiracy. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We've got this small video here about the connection errors again, but we don't really need to cover that as we just did. All of that drama that helped propel it to #1 place on Twitch today with over 400,000 concurrent viewers at launch. However, many of them will stick around. However, how many of them will stick around remains to be seen. Quality content does draw eyeballs, but so do car crashes. Absolutely, people love a good car crash. At least for now, people seem to be excited to gawk at the day before's latest stumble as they actually play it. Somehow, I don't think a Cyberpunk 2077 style turnaround is in its future, but I'll happily be proven wrong. That's what I said, guys. You know, it sucks and I don't really want to play it, but as they've taken my money, if they do a major update, then I guess I'll give it another go. At least the game technically exists, well, sort of. Was more than many expected as recently as a month ago. To our future player who will dive into this game on December 7th, we made this for you so that you will enjoy the game and become a celebration, the studio wrote in a statement. Together we will continue improving the game and adding content. Well, yeah, I mean, you need to add content, so adding content to nothing kind of helps, because at the moment, you just kind of walk around in the city, and there's like 1 or 2 zombies that you shoot, you grab a bit of loot, and then extract back, and that's literally the entire gameplay loop. There's nothing else to do. You grab a bit of loot, you shoot 1 or 2 zombies, and then you go back to Woodbury in the central hub. Apart from that, there's nothing else to do. That's literally it. The loot's not interesting, the NPC's not interesting, the missions aren't interesting. There's nothing to do. It's boring. It's a walking simulator. Do not buy this game. And anyway, guys. So yeah, that's kind of where we are, guys. Like I say, I know this is a movie channel, but sometimes it's good to talk about games as well, because we're also interested in games on the channel, guys. But yeah, the day before, massive train wreck. We kind of expected it. I paid for the game. I was absolutely idiotic in that respect, guys. But like I say, now I'm stuck with this crappy game. I'm not going to play it until they majorly update or overhaul this game. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. So let me know what you think about this. Did you pick up the game? Did you buy it, guys? You know, did you refund it? And if you still have the game, are you going to play it? What do you think of it? Let me know, guys. Can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon.